Boys,
gents, ladies,
And?
welcome on into episode 16 of When Worlds Collide. If you're new to the podcast, just a little information here. You can check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, obviously Twitch if you're here joining us live right now, as well as YouTube if you want the video version of our podcast. As always, guys, you know how we start these things.
yes sir.
A little crack McGee.
A little cracks.
I know Fish is really excited about this. We got the red stripes again this week for him.
My favorite, not favorite beer of all time from the 60s.
So we're going to do some red
Well,
stripes.
Left one of our plugs off. Everybody feel free to hit us up on Venmo whenever you want. It's always the easiest way to reach me.
Yeah, we need that. We need that ad money.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, you can send all your Venmo donations to friend at cuntboy69.
What was that? You remember that Marvel's video game guy they had? It was like Noob Master 69. That's who it was.
It's great. Love
So
that.
funny. All right, cheers, boys.
Yeah, that's my
Cheers.
bad. I went without, yeah.
Mm,
I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. Ooh, that one was warm. That one was a little rough. Woo!
So I was disclosing to these gentlemen here that I have a basketball game after the podcast tonight. So we're going to have a Michael Jordan flu game tonight. Going for 30. Keep you guys posted on it next week, episode 17.
Charles easily dropping 30 tonight.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know what the box score is.
Crowned MVP too. Why not?
Hey, but
Fish, keep in mind that if we get Carl enough shots here, then he probably can't drive to the game. So we could game after.
Oh my God, you have a good point.
I might throw a sipping into this chat here real quick.
get off my shoulders, State.
If I was logged into my Twitch right now, I mean, I got 100,000 channel points.
Yeah, somebody drop some jugs. Let's
No,
go.
no.
Or we could just storm up for the next stream you have and get absolutely obliterated.
Well, we discussed this. We're gonna do a podcast where we get blasted.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna do a taste testing one.
my liver can't wait.
Yeah, dude, I bet. But guys, let's get into our question of the day here. We had a heavyweight title fight over the weekend, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in sports. But going off of that, we have a question. So, if you guys were a fighter, what would your fighter persona be if you had one? And would you find this persona of yours in the UFC, WWE, boxing? So what kind of fighting league would you be in? And lastly, if you had to choose a walkout song before you went out to fight, what would it be?
Ooh, good question.
Damn.
Good question. Who's going first?
Let's go with Sprint.
Oh,
Spotlight's
boy.
on, buddy.
All right. So I'd probably go boxing first of all because UFC I feel like is just way too badass for me.
That's fair.
Boxing's tough sport, no doubt, but you're not getting broken bones as the goal of the game. You know what I mean? Like you're in there to box. You're not in there to try to kill somebody. So I don't think I could make it through UFC. Boxing I could probably figure out. My walkout song would definitely be "Power" by Kanye.
Oh.
I use that as my walkout song now, dude. Whenever I need to get amped up for something, I'm coming into my sales meetings amped because of that song.
Dude.
Into work with it.
All right, so I got a little trivia here for you guys. What video game mission was the song "Power" by Kanye West featured in? What game and what mission?
Oh my.
And once I say it, you're gonna know it. Friend might not because he's friend, but you're gonna know it for sure.
Is it in Far Cry?
Nope.
No. Oh God.
I was gonna say some sort of zombies.
And it's so badass. As soon as I say it, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
I'm trying to. I want to say COD, but I don't know. I don't remember Call of Duty that much, especially for that song.
Oh,
you're gonna have to.
Yeah,
tell
I
me.
was thinking of Eminem. Never mind. It's definitely not zombies.
All right, here you go. It's from Saints Row 3, the mission where you're in Saints Row headquarters and you're jumping off the roof because they're blowing it up.
Oh,
Through the air, and Kanye's
that's
Power is playing as you're flying through the air, jumping off the rooftop.
dude, that's actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
Dude, I
See, that would basically be my entrance at that exact clip.
So you'd be jumping off a roof before you go into your boxing match.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be pretty wild.
The top rafters.
He's the
Way
most-
better than any of the things the guys today are doing. They could not hang.
Dude, all the announcers and everybody would fucking hate you because every time you came out, there'd be a building exploding. The most expensive fighter to ever fight.
Yeah, but what a flex! I'd pay for it out of my own pocket. It wouldn't
Yeah,
even
right.
matter.
Did
Every
you,
time he goes into the stadium, it's always like a pyrotechnic nightmare for him. You have no idea if it's gonna burn down or not.
what would your
Ooh.
fighter name be?
That
you
might
have
be
one?
it. Pyrotechnic.
Pyrotechnic? That's your fighter name?
That might be it. No, honestly, what I was thinking was Cupcake. Complete opposite direction, bro. That was
Yeah.
my nickname in grade school because, like, I was one of those kids who even got bullied by the parents, you know? So, like, my mom one time pulled up to school to pick me up and called me that. And then, like, B.O.B. heard her say that, and that name just, like, stuck. And all of my
Oh,
friends'
no.
parents and everybody called me Cupcake. And so I think it'd be a good reminder of where I came from to come up.
Fighting out of Blacklick, Ohio. Please, a round welcome for Cupcake.
Just
Building explosion.
yeah, like 100 explosions just popping off in the back.
No one man should have all this power.
What an entrance, dude! I might have to, bro. I got to go out and train. I think I got to be done with this whole podcast thing and start boxing. This is too good a material to pass up on.
Lord
Yeah,
almighty.
you're like the Batman, you know. You became what you feared. You had a rough childhood.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
All right, friend.
Damn, what an origin story.
That is a hell of an origin story. Wow, we were just spinning there.
Man, if only Stanley was here today, he'd write a comic book about it instantly.
All right, Fish. Let's go to you next. Fire name, persona, league, walkout song. What we got?
All right, so I was going WWE style this time, so a little bit more of what would you say, acting to say, but my name would be Dos Pesques, which is two fish.
Two fish.
Fish. Well, when he said it like that, I had a different walkout song, but I guess I have to do 2 Chainz now. But, yeah, I'm gonna be 2 fish. I'm gonna be walking out. I either have, depending on the fight night, it's either gonna be 2 dead real fish, like a salmon and a flounder, both hands walking out.
Throw 'em in the crowd.
Yeah, or
Damn.
just like throw them in the crowd or something, or just like 2 fake ones that just start swinging around in the ring or whatnot. And my walkout song originally was gonna be the Fast and Furious. You know, like the Fast and Furious meme that was like pretty popular not too long ago, and it was playing the whatever song. I can't remember what the.
See you again.
No. It was like if you saw like the meme, it was just you know what the song
Like
is
the
called.
family one.
Yeah, the family meme.
I
song.
can't think of what the song is.
Yeah, I don't want to sing it because I can't embarrass myself anymore.
I'm sure it has family in it somewhere, though.
Yeah.
Whatever
You know
the name of
that
that
much.
song is, I was gonna walk out to that, but I kind of like Carl's 2 Chainz one even better. So
Dude, you should just have 2 Chainz enter you in singing like Dope Peddler or something, and both of his chains have a fish on them. You could go all out for that. I think, yeah. Damn, could you imagine, dude, those 2 intros? We would sell out stadiums if we were fighting each other.
Yeah, fuck a John Cena or anyone. We need Dos Pesques and Cupcake.
Yeah,
I feel
maybe
like
we should change that.
I'm really glad that you guys started because I feel like I'm just gonna bring up the rear on this one.
Falling short a little bit.
Yeah,
What do you got, Smalls?
my name's not nearly as good as yours. So Frank Zingari used to call me this all the time in high school, so I was like, I'll just go back to that name. But Zingari used to call me C Baby.
Oh.
So yeah, that'd be my like nickname.
I'm out in like a big diaper with a binky and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That's suiting.
Yeah, I'll rock you to sleep.
Oh, damn. Moses is on his game tonight. Holds
But
no punches.
Sounds like a rapper name, honestly. Like
it could be, yeah.
it could go either way.
I want to switch my Twitch name to C Baby. C Baby.
Yeah.
That's how Frank would say it too. I assume the hobby See, baby, what's up, man?
Oh my!
Like, hey, Frank, what's going on, bro?
Make that an audio clip too.
Yeah. But I'm joining Fish in the WWE. Do you want to be arch rivals or
Ooh, we could be, yeah.
See Baby versus Two Fish?
Two Fish.
Holy
It's
fucking
all about the intros, though. I already got mine. What's yours?
Yeah, hold on. I'll get to the intro in a second, but I just had a light bulb moment. I'm gonna get the most recent UFC or WWE game and put all of our characters in it, and we'll fight against each other.
Yes, that's one of the games we'll have to stream after the podcast.
Oh hell yeah!
I saw some of
Hell
the
yeah.
character customization for that game. It looks so funny.
Yeah.
Some people make the most ridiculous looking.
So, friend, we're gonna pull you out of boxing and put you in the WWE for this round. But
That's fine, dude. I'm versatile. I can switch around.
Well, after he's
Sounds
like like a multiple champion, he retires from boxing to join the WWE. He has the fan base. and
Yeah, I do
everything
it
for
all.
yeah, I mean, we've seen some like UFC guys go to boxing and vice versa. So why can't Frank go to the WWE?
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And sooner or later, I'll probably be in the Fast and Furious movies too, in number like 27.
Fair enough.
If I'm jumping out of
never die.
burning buildings as my intro, I mean, there's a good chance I was heading the WWE route anyway.
But my walkout song, I gotta go with my boy Dolph. It's gonna be "Get Paid" by Young Dolph. Paper Route Empire.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's like your go-to for everything song.
Oh, bro,
Damn.
that's my Friday song.
I mean,
I'm leaving work on
If
Friday.
any
Get
of us are
paid.
getting booed,
Hey, that's fine. I'll play the villain, man. Ride or die with
wow.
a PRE, baby.
It'll be like Undertaker back in the day.
That's fine with me. Oh man, that was a hell of a start to the podcast.
Dude, that was a great
Yeah,
question.
I'm
of the day. I
excited to
love
get
that one.
fighting. I can't wait to start swinging on you
I'm gonna
guys.
beat that ass.
Dude, wait till you get a taste of the flounder and the salmon.
Yeah,
Fucking twofer.
damn.
I'm
Wait
gonna
till you
have
get a
tattoos
taste
on
of the
my arms
flounder.
too. One with a flounder and a salmon.
I gotta say one more thing. I think Fish's like special should be like he gets up on the rope and he jumps in the air and he just starts like waggling like a fish.
I'll like
Yeah.
body
Somebody.
slam. You know, like how they do like the body slam on him, where it's kind of like crisscross. As soon as I hit the body slam, I just start flopping on you. He's hitting him with the flounder.
Fish, you splash.
I'm not saying that we could realistically make it in the WWE, but I think we could realistically make it in the WWE marketing team.
Oh,
I mean, that was genius for some on-the-spot promotion of some made-up wrestlers. We
Oh,
were
no
we were
doubt.
spot on.
yeah. Give us a week and
But
we'd
this
have
is
the
our-
entire season figured.
Yeah, I think we did so well that we
Right.
deserve
This
a
is our
drink.
resume.
I think we deserve a drink. So let's cheers and we'll get into truth or drink, and then let's get into gaming news
Do
and
it.
get it popping, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, Smalls.
Oh, red stripe. It got warm
Oh
too.
boy,
Oh boy.
Smalls. What movie or TV character do I remind you of?
Olaf.
Tough.
What?
Olaf is that's tough. Olaf is nice.
Okay, so here's my thing here. Olaf is like a naive smartass that's harmless. So like,
Well, sure, he put it that way.
Yeah.
well, he's really likable. You
Yeah.
know? So I don't know why that came to me so fast, but like that's
You did not hesitate on that answer.
dude. I just let the brain do its thing, you know. Just spit things out.
So-
So Olaf.
I almost feel that was almost too quick. I almost feel like you've watched Frozen and been like, "That's for it." It wasn't
Right?
even-
Carl, how much Disney have you been watching at night? Let's be real.
So Haley's a big Frozen gal. We actually saw Frozen 2 in the theater together. And there was like a row of like 20 kids in front of us, and just Haley and I, we like snuck in like a bottle of wine. We're like, hey, Frozen,
This movie's great.
Frozen 2, let's go.
That was honestly kind of rude for those kids to try to ruin that for you.
Yeah, right.
It's not a
Having
kid's
wine night
movie.
in a movie theater. Grown up kids.
Well, see, the thing is though, is like I drew the line before the movie started. I go, hey, you little shits. If you make any noise during Frozen 2, I'm gonna whack you in the back of the head with this wine bottle. So they were quiet the whole movie. It was good.
All right, good.
Oh, God.
They were frozen with fear.
I was
Ooh, hey, oh, hey.
We got to do a clip of all the dad jokes we get off in this.
I was thinking
Fish.
who's that actor from Ant-Man?
Paul Rudd.
Paul
All
Rudd.
right.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fern reminds me of Paul Rudd a bit.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, everyone loves Paul Rudd.
So Ant-Man,
I think that fits.
smart ass and harmless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say harmless. You know, he's actually pretty powerful. If you watch the What If episodes, there's a certain episode where shit kind of goes down a little bit. So
I haven't watched any of them yet, but I think Friend's got a little truth or drink for you there,
Man
guy.
vibe.
well, true.
Yeah, so Fish.
Yeah.
Have you ever feared for your life or safety while drinking or on drugs? Take us to the scene.
I have.
Oh yeah. Freshman year of college, I went to. I told you about this. Is when I went to go visit Milk and them in Miami.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah,
I just
yeah.
like I downed a whole bottle of vodka because I was like talking shit on how I have like Russian roots or something. So vodka was like nothing to me. And I literally drank like probably
Famous last words.
yeah, I drank like 3/4 of a bottle of vodka, and shortly after we started like going out and like going to the bars and whatnot. And as we were waiting in a line to get into a bar, it all just hit me like a wall, like instantaneously. Like I was blacked out at that point as we were waiting in line, and I had to pee so bad, and I just couldn't wait in line. I just like booked it down the street, and I don't remember anything for like 2 hours, and then I sobered up a bit. I was just like, am I gonna fucking die here? I was like, I was literally just like, I was like across town from where everyone was, and just like in a completely random bar with people I don't even remember hanging out with. And I went to the bathroom again. I was just like, I'm gonna die here tonight. Like I'm absolutely hammered, and it was just a bad
dude.
night. It was a good and bad night at the same time. But
Going on
I
an
think I would have
adventure.
been at
that's
that
how,
point.
dude. I had to pee so bad, I like couldn't wait in line, like because it just all hit me all at once, and I was just stumbling down the sidewalk, just blacked out that whole night.
Love that.
I'm trying to get there tonight.
There you go.
Let's
Possible.
go, boys.
Maybe Carl will join us too.
Nah, I
The
I
night is
can't,
young.
boys.
The night is young.
Night is but a fetus. All right, so
Growing.
I don't think I like that.
Oh god.
my question is, if my sex life was a pie chart, what portion of it would be satisfactory, unsatisfactory, and mind blowing?
For you, or
That's for me. Dude, I think it's. I mean, obviously, it's like 100% mind blowing, right? But
No charts ever 100%
for my
different.
girlfriend, she might say something different. I would definitely say 0% unsatisfactory. I don't think there's ever a time where it's just like, let's get this over with.
well, what about the time she fell asleep?
That's never happened. I think you're thinking of someone else. That didn't happen to me. I mean, and the high majority I would say mind blowing. You know, sometimes you're just not into it, and then you only get to satisfactory. But that's a very small portion. That's like when you're drunk or something, you know.
So
but I
what
would
you're
say
saying
in
is-
general,
What you're saying is you're just stellar all the time, Front.
I pretty much only perform at peak performance. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I just wake up.
I
in the
would
morning
almost
and piss
say that-
excellence.
I would almost say that mind blowing isn't even the right category. It's more like back blowing. You know what I mean?
Damn it.
So-
Let me choke on my
I
beer.
can only take so much bullshit for so long. Can we get on to the gaming news?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we can move on. All right,
Oh,
Let's get it.
god.
happy podcast, boys. Happy episode 16.
Absolutely.
16. Oh my god. I was
All right.
my beer right
All
there. I'm tearing up a bit. Dude. Oh god.
right. So getting into some of the gaming news here. It seems like every year we get new mechanics like that are kind of being brought to the forefront of a lot of popular FPS games.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of wanted to go over like some of the mechanics that have been happening over the last few years and what we like, what we don't like, what we might like to see. So with some of the games coming out this holiday season, we got Halo and Battlefield both introducing the grappling hook mechanic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had a chance to play both betas or not, but just kind of your thoughts on the grappling hook mechanic itself. I would go to you first, Fish.
Well, I mean, you know my story with the Halo beta. That one time I tried playing with you and
Right, yeah.
was that Critical? Yeah, it
I
was
think it
Critical,
was at the
right?
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was you two. I tried playing with you, and I just like could not get into the beta at all for whatever reason. It took me like 45 minutes just for like the load screen to actually work properly for me. But I didn't have to play it because like I was watching it on Twitch regardless. But I'm actually a fan of the grappling hook mechanic in both Halo and Battlefield. I've seen videos of both of them in action, and I think it's like well, with like the next generation of like gaming and like everything, like it kind of like makes sense now how you just like because like standard gameplay now is just too boring for people. Like I'm like thinking like Counter-Strike style where it's just nothing but movement and shooting with like throwing some nades and whatnot. Like that's kind of boring to people nowadays. Like especially when you
Yeah.
play BRs. Like in Apex, you got like character abilities and stuff, and like Fortnite, you got the building and whatnot, and now like Halo and Battlefield, they got like the grappling hook mechanic. So like it just like keeps adding layers and layers on gameplay that just make it more interesting than it was before.
So
Yeah, I feel like especially if you're doing like remastered or like bringing back an old franchise or something, you got to mix it up with the mechanics. Otherwise, it just gets stale.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to see it come out again and everybody joins in because it's a game with nostalgia or whatever. But then after a while, it's like I've already played this. It
well,
doesn't hold as well if there's nothing new to it.
it seems like the trend in general is to make like FPSs like more fast paced. So it seems like every
Mhm.
game is kind of like got their own like little different spice to make that happen. And I think the hook in Halo is definitely a good thing. Um, as opposed to like some of like the older Halos, people say that it's too slow, whether it's like no sprint mechanic or what.
Right.
But I feel like that's like a general trend in like the FPS universe, is just making games faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I saw actually. So like, you guys probably know better than I do, but apparently, like whether or not you could sprint in Halo was like a big controversy for the last couple. And like I saw that they basically fixed that by like forgetting about the game mechanics and they're just trying to like change the whole they changed the maps so that it wasn't as useful to sprint and things so that it's faster pace and less running away. But they're like basically they're just looking for all these different ways to try to make it so that there's more action
yeah.
and still keeping everybody happy.
I would say from playing the beta, they've done that exactly. The grappling
Yeah.
hook doesn't feel like it's overpowered. Like you can get around the map like faster than somebody that's just like boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you can kind of get to where you need to be, and you're not running for 2 minutes before you get into a fight.
Yeah.
I think they did a really good job with the beta, and I'm really looking forward to like the actual launch.
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
Halo goes, that is. But like Battlefield, I didn't have a chance to dabble with. I don't know if either of you guys did.
I have not.
Mhm.
I've seen
I
videos
haven't.
on it, and Jim's brother Billy played it too. So I was like talking to him about it and whatnot. But they also have a grappling hook mechanic, a bunch of with a bunch of other stuff added to it. And the grappling hook looks, I mean, like almost the same as Halo's and whatnot. Like you literally just use it to get elevation and whatnot. I don't know if you can do the same thing with Halo, where it's like you gain like momentum and like throw yourself
Kind of
across the
swing,
map or whatever.
right?
But like I think it's just like more like a elevation type thing, which I'm fine with, you know. Like I don't necessarily like the thing of like faster gameplay, because like there always comes a point where the game's like too fast paced, and it's just like annoying to play.
Hmm.
That's why I really liked watching the Halo beta because the gameplay was like faster than normal, but like the actual gameplay itself wasn't like just incredibly fast paced and just annoying to do. Because like the time to kill in Halo is like decently long, so you do
Right.
have to hit your shots with like the increased mobility with it, and that part I like a
Yeah.
lot. I think Battlefield does the same too with what they're doing in their game.
The other thing that's cool with adding mechanics like that is like for somebody like myself who didn't play the originals, then you get more of a chance because it's not basically the same game that everybody else has been playing for a decade and a half.
Right, yeah,
Everybody,
so like,
it
you'll be
kind
on
of
like the
levels the
same
playing
playing
field.
field as them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, still at the core roots of Halo is hit your shots.
Oh, yeah. Always hit your
So
shots.
yeah, but they just
Well,
introduced
that's
some new
easier
stuff.
said than done, though.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's part of getting good too.
At least for me.
One of the other things that Battlefield is introducing now is the ability to switch attachments on the weapons while mid game.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think about
Yeah.
this? Friend, I'll go to you first this time.
I mean, I like it. I've always wanted to do that anyway. I didn't, I guess I didn't know that there was like a push to do that. But I mean, I've always wondered why you couldn't. It seems like it makes sense. Try some new shit out.
Yeah,
Or the worst is when you think you have it set and you you pick the wrong one or whatever.
oh
I'd
yeah.
rather just be able to update it.
I really like the idea for that because I'm like comparing it to Call of Duty's loadout and everything. Like there came a point in Call of Duty when I was playing like where I had like 3, 4 classes of like the same gun, but just like different attachments for it. So that's why I like Battlefield style of just like switching it on the fly, because you never know like what situation you're gonna be in until like you're actually in that situation, right?
Hmm.
You could like have an AR and be in an open field and like you want to shoot people but you brought like a red dot scope in, so like it's harder to hit your shots. But like with Battlefield's new attachment thing, like you can just switch your stuff on the go. So if I want to put like a like a 3x scope on my AR, I can do that like right then and there and just start
Right.
beaming kids in like an open field. So that
But
mechanic
can
I
you
think is
only
really
carry
interesting.
like so many?
I don't know if there's a restriction on it or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it either.
It didn't seem like it.
I don't know if like you can like put certain attachments on like the wheel thing that they have, or if all guns are just pre-loaded with whatever attachments they have. That like we'd have to figure out if somebody actually played it or not.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Like, what's the process to switch them around?
What do you
Like,
mean by
is it like a button? So, like, is
Yeah,
it
it's like a button and then
like
you
you
side
press Y
scroll.
to switch guns? You just tap a button and you clip a new scope on there, or do you like go into settings?
No, it's like
Probably
the
intuitive.
game screen.
Yeah.
Like you look at the weapon like while you're playing it and you switch it around.
Yeah, it's like you basically like inspect the weapon and then it just like brings up it's kind of like up, down, left, right on like I guess the D
Right.
or something. And you can like have 3 different attachments in each thing, like either like barrel attachments, scopes, magazines, and maybe like stocks or something for the gun. And you can have like 3 choices of each of those things and like change them how you want whenever you want.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it should be more. It should be more of a process. Like if you were actually out on the battlefield, it would take you some time to like swap scopes and shit. I feel
Right.
like that it should be more than just a button. At least a nice animation.
I'm sure that there is, with us having actually not played it, we don't have like a, you know, I don't know what I'm getting at here. We haven't experienced
Yeah.
it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I like the idea. I think it's cool. We'll see how it implements in the Battlefield. I think Battlefield it works a little bit better in than like games like COD or
Mhm.
Halo because, like we were just mentioning, those games are so fast paced, and Battlefield's getting towards that. But at the same time, you can still okay. I'm over at B. I'm playing Conquest. I'm like got plenty of time to kind of switch my shit around in game
Right.
before I actually get into a fight. So I think that mechanic works great for Battlefield. I really don't know how
Yeah.
to translate it into other games. But one of the things that Battlefield is translating into their game that we've seen in previous, like Gears of War was one of the first that I can recall them implement this into their multiplayer, this kind of in-game events. So I remember back in like I think it was all the way back into Gears 2 when you had those map events that would happen, like the avalanche or the dust storm.
Oh yeah, like the sandstorm and whatnot, dude.
Yeah.
Those are so great.
And that's an awesome mechanic that like I haven't seen introduced into enough games. So I'm really pumped that Battlefield's doing this, introducing
Yeah.
like tornadoes and different shit like that just to cause extra chaos on the map. Um, and like we were talking about last week, giving those unique experiences that you're not going to get every match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
Right.
changes
And
up
also
the changes.
leveling the playing field, like I was talking about.
Right. It also just like changes up the monotony of like playing the same map. If you're like a seasoned player and you've been playing the game for like 6 months to a year and everything, like you can basically like guess on like how the map's gonna play out and whatnot. But like when you add in like those random events in a multiplayer match, you have no idea what the hell's going on. Like if you're playing that like big city map that Battlefield has, and a huge ass tornado comes, it's just gonna start wrecking havoc on everyone. Like people are gonna get pulled into the tornado and they get flung to a different part of the map. I think it picks up cars too and just flings them elsewhere. You can get hit in the head by a person or like a tree or something. Like it just like it always just adds like to the variability of playing a multiplayer match and just keeps it fresh and interesting as you play it. I like that idea a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And when it's a game like that where it's been around, like it's probably smart from the studio standpoint too, because like if you have something that's basically the same game as last time but different aesthetics, different maps and guns and things, it's going to be an apples to apples comparison.
Right.
If you have something that's a different game a little bit, that's got some different features and things, it's less likely to be something that's an upset. It's less likely to not meet the standards that people are expecting, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I feel like so often in the gaming like universe that we see these gaming trends kind of like pick off of each other. Like even in the hook, like you could say like, okay,
Yeah.
Apex has got that. You know, Fortnite had a grappling hook. Now Halo and Battlefield do. But one of the ones that never caught on was like kind of like the environmental changes. I wonder why that is. You know,
Maybe it was just because
Yeah.
of a development standpoint. It was just way too hard for them to like push that idea out for certain like franchises. But like Battlefield's been doing it for a long time now. Or like I guess they have like the destructible mechanics in it where like you can like blow up like the ground and buildings and other vehicles and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they're already probably like used to like doing that for their studios, so like it just like made sense for them to make it at that point.
I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
recall.
that's true. It's probably more work to put out.
Yeah,
Right.
it's really hard to do it. I know Fortnite tries to do it and it's like either hit or miss with them, like either like live in game events or just like random stuff that happens.
Well, yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
one of the other games that tried to do it and it seemed like they just kind of half-assed it. It was like during that time period was Call of Duty Ghosts.
Mm.
They had like you can like shoot the logs and the logs would fall over on somebody.
Oh yeah.
It just felt like really like half-assed.
Yeah, they like sort of went in that direction, but not really, because it was basically like unknown territory for them. But that was like some of the funniest things that could happen, though. Killing somebody with the logs is,
Right.
dude, those are good times.
That's when you just like close your game down and you're like, fuck this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like it's probably the same thing with like what you're seeing with a lot of the like remastered games lately is like where they get the update, but they don't. They know they're going to make just as much money if they don't put in any additional effort. So why throw in all those different live situations and extra mechanics and things because you're still going to get the players.
Right, yeah. I don't know how I feel about like remastered games because they seem, I mean, it's been like a trend in movies for a long time now, is remaking old like hit classics and whatnot. But we've been seeing that more and more in video games in like the past 5-10 years and whatnot. And I'm like kind of on the fence with it because I'm okay with making remastered games, especially if they're like super old. But I'm also against it because I'm just like, why are you remastering an old game? Just make a new one, you know? They're old games for a reason because he made them like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I can see like both sides of the coin there.
Mm-hmm.
If they remaster it, they keep the integrity of the game and like give it a facelift. I'm all about that. But I also like to see some more of these remastered games give some like additional content.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody is gonna rebuy the game because it's a game that they love, but maybe expand on that story a little bit. Give some kind of like almost like Easter egg to the game that people are buying back into.
Yeah,
You know
just
what I mean?
something, you know. Because it's been like a big thing. Like I've been, I guess, victim to it because I bought the Mass Effect whatever Legendary Edition, which is just like a remastered of the original trilogy games.
Mhm.
I absolutely love. Like it was great and everything, but they didn't add anything new to it. All they did was just like make a graphics update, and they made like the movement a little better than what it was back in like 2008 or something, 2009. So it was great. It was great to replay it and whatnot, but I was just like, there's nothing new anymore. It just like seems like it plays like a game, not even like of this generation, of a game like 6 years ago, so like it was just like somewhat new.
I'm with you, Fish. I feel like it hurts it sometimes. Like I think it's all about the effort put in. I think if they did it right, it would be awesome because like Smalls was saying, like you got a fan base still. You got people that want to play it. But if you just come out with basically the same exact game and call it remastered, it's a clear just scheme to get money.
Yeah.
And then
They just
almost
want to cash
it
cow
hurts
again.
your rep. Yeah.
One of
It
the
hurts your rep if anything.
Right.
one of the best remasters that I've ever played, and this is gonna be very biased because I'm a big fan, is the Master Chief Collection. The ability
That
that
one's actually great though.
yeah,
It's
when
so
you're
good.
when you're playing through the campaign, you can switch from like the old view to like 4K
Yeah.
with the touch of one button. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like you can get like your old nostalgia on, or you can be like, nah,
Yep.
like when I'll play this in 4K.
Yeah. The Master Chief Collection was kind of like an anomaly on itself because they literally put so much time and effort into remastering all those Halo games. Like the in-game graphics are incredible. They made the cutscenes just look even way better before. Like I remember I played Halo 2 not too long ago. I played like a few missions and whatnot, and when I saw the cutscenes, I was just like, holy shit, this looks absolutely incredible from when I first played it back in the
The hairs on my
That's
arm are
genius.
standing up right now.
dude, it's so good.
But that's genius because then you bring people. You got the nostalgia factor, but you also got you're appealing to people that might not have played it because
Right.
now it looks like a game of today's day and age.
Yeah.
Gets people pumped for the next release. Like that makes way more sense than just making minor updates, re-releasing something that looks like it was made in 2012.
Yeah,
Like,
and there's
that,
always
that
like
doesn't help anything.
there's always a new generation of gamers, you know, right? Like kids who like grew up with games and whatnot. They might have been too young to play them back in the day,
Right.
but like now, like they can be old enough to like understand them, and that's why like remasters would be good. But you're like talking about like how it could also hurt them as well. I'm going back to our favorite company we like to talk shit on is Blizzard because they came out with 2 remastered games in the past year, I want to say. Diablo 2 is the most recent one that came out like a week or two ago, not too long
something
ago.
like that, yeah.
And that game got some like I wouldn't say mixed reviews. Those were like mostly positive, but people still had their gripes about it and whatnot. And of course, it still had bugs and everything. But like with Blizzard's case, is like they did the Diablo 2 remastered, and it was like somewhat good for them, not really. And then, but before that, I'd say like a year ago, give or take, they came out with the Warcraft 3 remastered. It was basically like the prequel to World of Warcraft. They had like a single player campaign and whatnot with all like the famous characters in that
Right.
universe. That game was like people are so hyped to like buy it and play it, and it just like turned into a tremendous flop because that game was just riddled with bugs and glitches and game crashes and
Which is the
all
whole
that.
point of remastering something.
Yeah, right.
Right.
You think they
Get rid
would
of
fix
all
all that stuff, and like people are
Yeah.
talking about like how there's bugs in the remastered version that were still in the original version when it came out in like in the 2000s or something. So in Blizzard's case,
Yeah.
it's not always a great call to remastered games because it can
Well,
also
and
hurt
even
your
the
reputation.
even the games that like had good reviews for the remastered, like Alan Wake, that one, like most in general, people were like, it's pretty good. People liked the remaster version, but if you look at like the IGN scores, it's still lower than the original, and that's the case for a lot of them. Like even if it comes back good, it's never gonna live up to the original. It's like you don't remake a Michael Jackson song because you're not gonna do it exactly like he did.
Exactly.
It's like you're still not gonna live up to the original expectations of the game.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough out
Yeah.
there. That's why I was saying like I'm on the fence with remastered games. It could go either way.
So, but if you had to pick yes or no for remastered games, like, would you be more on the side of yes, you want to continue to see them, or no, we could see less of them?
No. Less
The
of
side of no.
I'd
less
say
of
a
no.
new game. Just
Yeah.
make a new game. But you can always improve
Yeah.
on a new game. Remastered just seems lazy and out of date at this point because you're just taking the old game and just updating the graphics and re-releasing it. You know.
I would say like probably 70% of the time I'm in favor of it. But there are some extra ones that like I'm like why?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, but wouldn't you rather see a sequel than a remastered?
Oh, I mean, I think anybody would.
Yeah.
I think anybody would. But
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather see the studio putting their time towards a new game or even a new story altogether, even
Yeah.
if it's not a sequel.
Brand
I'd
new
rather
IP or
see,
something.
yeah, I'd rather see a successful studio putting their time towards something new than re-releasing something they've already done.
well, what if your studio's got a 6-year lull period for their game cycle, so halfway through they put out a remastered? I think that's the
That's fair.
ideal situation.
If it's from a
Yeah.
business standpoint, it makes sense. But you know, like us fans,
Yeah.
we don't care about your business.
I'd rather
we just want
see.
we
Yeah.
just want you to
Yeah.
make good games for
Good
us to
games.
play.
Yeah. So the other thing I was thinking, dude, so like everybody's short on people right now because of the COVID and the different laws and everything. Like, there's not one industry that's not struggling for labor.
Yeah.
It might be because they don't have the developers that they need. It's easier and less time to put out a remastered game than it is to create a brand new one.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
that's
build
why
it
we're
from the
seeing a
ground
spike.
up. All right.
Right. It
You
might
need
just be,
some sort of revenue.
it might just be filling that lull, like I was saying, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why there's like
Damn, Carl,
only
you're not as dumb
very
as you look.
few there's only very few certain franchises that like I actually give a shit about. That's why I bought the Mass Effect remastered version, because I'm like a huge fan of Mass Effect. Like all the other remasters that's came out, I haven't really cared for. Like I played them in the past, but like I have no like intentions of getting the new one. Like Alan Wake, I absolutely loved. Like I read the book and I played the video game back on 360.
Right.
I don't have any intentions of playing it again, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we do have one more thing to discuss before we get on to our little gamble here, guys. So we're gonna decide on who's gonna have to wear a costume for the Halloween podcast. We'll probably all end up wearing one, but we're gonna dictate what costume the loser wears.
Oh god.
But before we get to that, guys, saw some cool tweets this week. Actually, Xbox came out with special editions of the Series X that were
Yeah.
SpongeBob and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, which were awesome. It was
Dope looking.
I want both of them so bad.
I want the SpongeBob one. It looks
Bro, the SpongeBob is
Yeah.
perfect.
it's so good.
That's genius. Is that to like celebrate that Nickelodeon Brawl game?
Yeah, exactly. So the question
Love
is here
that.
then,
Mhm.
what kind of custom console would you like? If you had to pick one thing, like what would you want on your custom Xbox Series X?
Ooh.
I've got so many ideas.
good
Do I have to pick one? Can't I do
Gotta
like
pick
a whole
one.
series like they did?
Gotta do one, man. Or you could like off of a game or a show, but it's gotta be like it's gotta have a theme to it, right?
Right. I would
Fair enough.
my Xbox is probably not a game that anyone would really want on their Xbox, I guess. I don't even know if they did something like that. But I would love to see a Dark Souls inspired, Series X
Oh, okay.
job,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can do
know
a lot
how
with
you would
that.
do it, but it just like make it just like dark and gritty and like either like blood stains or like claw marks on the Xbox or something. That would look so sick.
Yeah, Brian had like some good input here too as well. He said he just wants tits on his Xbox.
Sounds like Brian. Just a big old pair.
You
Right
can't get them anywhere else. Yeah, Mom took my answer.
Harry Potter, what's gonna be your answer?
I was going to say that. I want to see all four houses. You know, like the diamond pattern that they use.
Oh, for each
I want
side.
to see. Oh, no, each one. You could pick which house you're with.
Oh,
All right. Well, what about this? Like each side of the cube has a house, and then on the top and bottom is the golden snitch,
Ooh, I like that too.
not a bad idea.
or the fan. Even the fan, like in the Xbox, would be the snitch. So when the fan's going, it looks like the snitch is running around.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude, that would
And,
be
like,
so
the,
insanely hard to make.
It could be a wand with like a spell going into the button, so when it turns on, it's like the spell lights up.
Yeah. That. Okay. Here we go, dude. Like you were saying, man, we could be the marketing people.
It gives you like
We
a custom
are
wand. So like
rolling,
if you
baby.
like wave your wrist around, it like turns on
Yeah,
your Xbox.
like,
Little
that'd be
Bluetooth
so
thing.
sick. Oh, that'd be so sick.
So,
Which house are you in?
Which
I don't know. Definitely not Gryffindor. That seems like too goody two shoe. But I'm also not
Yep.
Slytherin.
Ravenclaw? So smart.
You want to hook up with Ravenclaw, dude?
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck the Hufflepuffs.
No, actually, I want to be a Hufflepuff.
It's like the
Yeah.
party section.
Yeah, I'll be running
Pretty
I
that.
just
much
want to make some
fits.
dope shit in Ravenclaw, you know, make some potions or something that'll kill everyone. That'd be
Alright.
cool.
But so, Friends got Harry
Or
Potter.
did you
You
know
got
you
Dark
can?
Souls. I'm gonna go with I want a Busch Light Xbox.
That's actually not a bad idea. That would look pretty clean, honestly.
Yeah,
Make
man.
it look like a mini fridge with like Bud Lights in it or something.
Dude.
Because I know they did the
Busch Light, not Bud Light.
Busch Lights. Sorry, Busch.
Yeah, yeah. Don't get twisted.
You know
Now.
what sound? You know what sound it would make when you turn it on?
A beer crack.
For sure.
A beer.
That would be
crack.
that like from their commercials, like the Bush.
Oh, dude.
Every time it turns on.
You know what'd be even better
So
is like, what's that one podcast? Like when Worlds Collide or something. You know how we start these things? Like every time you hit the
I
button.
didn't say that. Yeah. No, so hey yo, chat. Tell your friends, tell everybody. I was looking, you can get some like custom skins for Xboxes. So we're actually gonna raffle one of these off. We're gonna do some sort of event on TikTok. So go to our page. We'll get you a free Win Worlds Collide Xbox skin right out of Carl's wallet. So
I was waiting.
Everybody-
I was like, wait for the-
yeah.
Paid for by
Yep,
our sponsors. From
Funded by
Venmo.
Smalls. So yeah, no, seriously though, we're gonna put some out on TikTok. Everybody go make sure you follow us, take a look, because we're gonna put some out. You could win some free shit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! But
Ooh.
speaking of winning shit, somebody's gonna lose some shit. So let's get on to this gamble real
Let's
quick.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Alrighty,
it all
boys.
about?
So the loser of this will have to wear the costume for our Halloween stream that the other two choose. The gamble is you have to guess how many pieces of candy are in this glass jar. All blue and green Jolly Ranchers for Win Worlds Collide colors.
How'd you get them?
How
Man?
many?
Yeah.
Did you literally put them one in at a time?
I pounded this entire bottle real quick. And then yeah, honestly, oddly enough, so I was like, I'll just like dump them in. They fit like perfectly into the top, so I put one in at a time. And I did it while listening to another podcast so that I didn't accidentally start counting because I'm a real trustworthy guy. So this is 100% fair. You have my word on my grave. I have no idea how many are in there.
So
You could even ask Milo. He was there.
All right. Who's gonna do the first guess?
Oh, we're just guessing right now. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Show the bottle again, friend.
It's a bullet bottle, 1.5 fluid ounces.
Well, that's a tough one right there.
There's no way I'm going to be able to get these out since they fit. So I'm just going to have to smash this thing. So we're not going to do that on stream. But
Just grab a
we'll
hammer, do
release
it.
the numbers in Discord after or something.
All right. What are your numbers first? I'm not going first for this one.
Well, I mean, Smalls, you go first.
All
You're
right,
the captain.
Yeah. Big dick energy here. All right. 124.
One.
EDS,
24.
big dick swanging. 124. All right.
Yeah.
Fish?
No, you're going next, friend. I'm going last for this one.
I'm going to go
Fish
I'm going
is-
to go
fish is-
84.
84. Fish
Yeah,
is
he's
gonna
going
be
to
a
go
cuck
like
boy.
123.
Yeah, he's gonna be a cuck boy.
So you did 124, and then friend, what's yours? What?
I'm going 84, which I honestly think might be high. I think Smalls is way
I was
over.
thinking close to that number too. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go in between 92. 92.
I knew he was gonna be a cuck boy.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been worse. He could have picked one away from yours, so not too bad. All right. So 84, 92. What'd you say, Smalls? 124.
Yeah. So
Final answers?
Yep. Lock it in, baby.
All right. Actually, it's probably fair to tell you it took me maybe 10 minutes to load those in. Maybe even less. So, yeah, it's probably less. Do you guys want to stick with your answers?
Dude, fuck
'Cause that's
it.
about the
I don't care.
Yeah.
that's about the only data I
I'm
have
so
on
bad
you.
at guessing numbers. No matter what number I guess is probably just
I'm gonna.
completely way off anyways. Like my sense of like perception and like what's in a volume is so bad. Like I
There's
don't
gonna be like 25. We're all just like way off.
There's actually just 6 of them. They're just super big, and
Yeah.
the wrappers are tiny around it.
All right, so we got 2 other guesses from Brian and Mama. I think if they are closer than we are, they get to decide the costume for loser. Are we okay with that?
Ooh, love
Probably
it.
not Brian.
Love it.
Brian's gonna do something pretty bad.
All right, so chat. Here's
Brian's
another
bad.
image. If you want to put your guesses in, then you get to pick Smalls' costume when he's wrong.
Yeah, right.
Touch. Bunch of fucking dickheads.
Oh, that's funny.
Alrighty, boys.
Was that just one
do you
bag
wanna do
of Jolly
another-
Ranchers or a couple?
I got like the big party bag. I figured I'd use it for Halloween anyway. Give it to the kids. But then
okay.
I spent.
Look at you.
You know, I'm a nice guy. That's why they call me Front.
No, they call you.
That's why they
Cupcake.
call me Cupcake.
Yeah.
Lord almighty.
Damn. I think that's gonna stick here again. I'm gonna start
We're
getting bullied
changing
here.
his name on the podcast.
Yeah, get a cupcake emote for Front.
Exactly.
There is one.
Dude,
I'll
in
send
the-
it to
in the
you.
overlay,
There is
just
one.
do
You'll have to change my little
parentheses
guy.
Cupcake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, we got it written down, Mama. We're good.
We got the VOD.
Oh, Front. So we
Alrighty,
had some upsets, huh? Some more.
Yeah, before we get
It'll
into that,
buff.
do you want to do another truth or drink, or should we move on to sports?
Oh, let's get into the sports.
Yeah, let's move it on.
One, it'll buff. What a guy. It will buff.
It always buffs.
I'll play that soundbite. Or is me saying it good enough? Also,
We'll
Brian
take the
pulled a
soundbite.
truth or drink. So we're going to actually pull this truth or drink while Smalls is gone. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, he had to use the bathroom because he's got a tiny bladder.
Fish.
Yeah.
You'll be next then. Do you think I overachieve or underachieve?
Well, which one's the bad one? Is overachieving bad or good?
I don't know. I think there's pros and cons to both.
I think you just do everything so perfectly that
I just achieved.
exactly. Like, oh, I don't know. I can't
I
tell.
love that.
I'm so stupid. I can't tell the difference between underachieving and overachieving. Ah, you bastard.
Well, I feel like if you're underachieving, that means that you have potential, so there's still a positive there. But if you overachieve, that means that you're outperforming expectations. So there's a positive to both. But the fact that you said I just achieved, man, that's
You just
heartwarming. That's what gave me
achieve
through
at
the
the
day.
highest level possible all the time.
Yeah.
So I guess neither.
Thanks, Fish. I needed that confidence boost.
Yeah, I mean after
I'm
after I heard your
I'm not
origin
normally a
story
cocky
with
person.
Cupcake, I had
Yeah.
to give you a confidence
Yeah.
booster.
I appreciate that, man. Smalls, welcome back to your own podcast.
Yeah,
We're
dude,
gonna
I was about to piss my
go ahead
pants. I
and
had to
get into
go, man.
sports.
Here.
I get it. Hey, we've all been there, man. Alrighty, so you know what makes this a great week?
What is
Arguably the best week since like 2007.
Bama lost.
Bama loses to an unranked team. Let's fucking go! I'm upset. The biggest upset, the one we've all been wanting, dude. Bama goes down. You love to see it. To an unranked team. Bro, the announcer was so salty. So there was a radio announcer, obviously, at the game. He didn't call the final play. So
Really?
anybody listening to it on the radio didn't hear it. All they heard was the Texas A&M stadium going wild, or I say Texas, the stadium going wild just because he was so pissed he couldn't even speak, and they
Wow.
just hear like everybody in the background going crazy. So they're like, ah, fuck, he must have made the field goal.
But
Love it, dude.
so they actually lost by just a field goal that game?
They lost by 3 points. Yeah.
Wow. Oh my god.
Love that.
Love to see it. Yep. I know I shouldn't be talking that much shit because Ohio State lost this year too. Bama is still ranked above us, but fuck Bama. And an unranked team, You know, like what are you doing? What are you doing? Why wouldn't you just win? It seems like the surefire answer there. That's what I would
Why
have
the
done.
hell don't you just
Damn, dude.
win all the time? What the fuck are you doing
That's
right
what I would do if I was Bama, but I guess they haven't figured it out yet.
now?
Do you think this is the end of the Bama era?
No.
Do you?
No.
I don't know.
I think. Do they? I think from here on out they don't have a winning season. I think this might be the end of the Bama legacy
I
altogether.
think they're actually working on like taking Saban's DNA so you can just coach from the grave. Like they'll just have him like
They're
integrate
still
as an
in the
AI.
cloning process right now.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah, dude.
He'll be like Jarvis,
Bama's
like for
on-
Iron Man.
Yeah, right.
What, dude? He's
Fueled
not even
by
a
the
good
students'
coach. They're on their
tuitions.
longest losing streak in like 15 years.
Really?
Yeah, dude, one game.
You fell right into that one, Fish. That's why I was looking at you in disgust.
I mean, yeah. Well, dude, when I hear a stat like that, I gotta question it. You know, like.
I'm calling for the firing of Saban. Dude, I woke up Sunday so happy. Oh, that was the happiest I will ever wake up.
Was
So
it?
now we got our. What's that?
I was gonna say, what was like the final score of the game? Was it like a high scoring game or was it like kind of low?
Was, yeah. I
Yeah.
want to say it was like 38-41 or something.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember the exact score.
Right.
Here we go. Hold, please.
Hold please.
Technology at our fingertips.
God, I hate
Oh, man,
Apple earphones so
Versus-
much. They just keep falling out of my ear so bad. And my phone's about to die.
Yeah, 38-41. I was spot on. I'm a sports
Ooh, there you
genius.
go. Damn.
So now our top four, our playoff picture, weird as hell. Georgia, Iowa, Cincinnati, Oklahoma.
Let's go,
Isn't that wild?
Cincy. Go Bearcats.
Let's go Iowa, man. Big Ten, baby. I mean,
Let's go
I
Cincy,
like-
man. Come on now.
I'd be happy with Cincy too. They're never there, and like they're an Ohio team. I'm also rooting for them, and I like Oklahoma because they brought us Baker. But right now, after the SEC went through those whole transfers and everybody's talking about them being the Super League, Big Ten has 5 teams in the top 10.
Yeah, man. Big Ten like on the come up
Oh.
again. So like, is Big Ten
Well,
back
sweet.
like being the power, or is SEC still in hand, or what do you think? I mean, this year, if you're going by the rankings, looks like Big Ten. But is this something you think they can sustain, or what?
I would love to say Big Ten is back on top, but I don't think so. The part of this is none of us have played each other yet. We still play, like, out of those top 10 teams, we all play each other over the second half of the season. So at least half of them will probably drop out of the top 10.
Fair
And then you
enough.
got the Big Ten championship. So unfortunately, it's probably not going to stay like that. And I think SEC have already played each other a couple times. But how sick would it be if Big Ten had 4 teams in the playoffs?
It'd be pretty lame to be honest with you, but
I'd be so. You guys would never hear the end of it. You know, I went to Ohio State.
Oh,
I
did you
am a
now?
Buckeye. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know if you guys knew that.
I
But
did not know that. Thank you for.
oh
Yeah.
god,
So the season's only
Yeah.
halfway over, right? There's still a decent amount of football left for them.
oh yeah, we got a lot of football to play. We got a lot of top 10 teams playing each other. I think we play Penn State, Michigan State, and Michigan, and then Ohio State. So the full top 10 picture here. We got Georgia, Iowa, Cincy, Oklahoma, and then Bama only dropped to number 5. OSU at 6. Penn State, Michigan, Oregon, Michigan State. So out of those 6 to 10, OSU at 6 plays Penn State at 7, Michigan at 8, and Michigan State at 10. So there's
Jeez.
no way that we'll end the season at that many teams in the top 10.
Some
And if
good
we
football
were to
coming
win
up,
all
though.
those,
Yeah, right. Holy
oh yeah,
hell.
oh yeah, baby. And if we were to win all those, we'd probably see Iowa in the Big Ten championship. So we'd hit all five of those teams in the top 10 would play each other.
That's actually nuts, though. Oh my god.
yeah, I can't
It's
wait.
gonna
man.
be
That'll
exciting.
Be a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tune in to
Yeah.
Saturday football now.
So, like, honestly, since I'm from Cleveland, like, I've never been the big OSU fan, even though I went there. I talk a lot of shit, but, like, I really don't care that much. I'd rather see a Browns win. But this year, with all the upsets and everything, like, this college football is all of a sudden exciting. I'm
Right.
loving it.
you don't have the same giants like just beating everybody down per usual. It's nice to see like different teams like Cincinnati in that top 4. You know.
Yeah, some mix-ups every now and then.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Because
there's usually
last
just
time
such
we
a
played,
disparity.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
you could usually tell like how the game is gonna play out before it even starts, and like there's very few upsets that happen nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. This year, I think, has been like the most ever. I think is the most ever upsets they've had in the top 25.
Which is nuts to think about. Like,
It really is, yeah.
I'm thinking about
Yeah.
all the people who bet on those games and everything, and they lost their life savings or something.
That's exactly
Oh
why I
my
don't bet on
gosh.
football, dude. You see how bad my luck is in fantasy. There's no shot I'd be betting on college. All right, so who do you guys want to see winning it all this year? Cincy? Is
Yeah,
that
give
your
me
pick?
Cincinnati, man. Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm only saying Cincy too, because like my aunt and uncle live there, and they're huge Cincinnati fans. So I'm gonna go Cincy too. That'd be cool to see them.
Even with all those Big Ten teams in there repping, I think I'd like to see Cincy.
Yeah, bring a championship home to Kentucky.
Yeah, man. Kentucky. Cincinnati's in Ohio, Carl. Just so you know. I know you're not great
Pull
with
out the geography
but-
map for a second.
Well, you know I don't know
Yeah.
my oceans very well.
I don't think there are any oceans in Ohio either, but we'll double check that after the podcast.
Yeah, the Great Ocean and Lake Erie.
I thought the Mississippi
Yeah.
Ocean was in there or something like that, right?
You know what, Fish? You might be right.
Yeah,
actually.
dude, I remember doing geography back in like 6th, 7th grade, so I think I still have a pretty good handle at it.
I believe it.
Bryn,
I believe it.
you were mentioning your bad luck in fantasy. Well, guys, in our like quote unquote main league this weekend, we had Campy had a lead of 145 to 0.46, right? 145 points up against Casey going into Monday Night Football. He had 87.38 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
You said that.
So-
So basically, in case people aren't good with decimals, what we're looking at is one of our buddies basically had double the score of one of our other buddies. They were up like 70 points.
Right, going into Monday Night Football, right? So you assume this game's over, right? You're just chalking that up as a W,
Yeah.
right? So Monday night rolls around, and first half is pretty like mellow. Second half, numbers start just blowing up. So Casey had Jonathan Taylor, Marquise Brown, and then Blankenship, the kicker for the Colts, right?
Right.
So he is climbing all the way back to eclipse that 145 mark. He has 146.2 or something, not quite a full point ahead.
Yeah.
We have like a couple minutes left in the game. Blankenship, his kicker, is going for the game-winning kick. Gets blocked. So in a blocked kick circumstance, you lose a point. So he was winning.
Holy
we
shit.
FaceTimed him. We're like, "Holy shit, Casey, you're gonna win, dude!" It was also it was also his birthday, dude, and we're like, "Happy birthday, man! Great comeback win." We hang
Jinxed
up.
on his birthday.
Enjoy the night.
Yeah, man, you
What
have
a
a fucking
terrible
blast.
gift.
Yeah, and then so we FaceTime, right? His girlfriend's like, dude, he's been freaking out for hours. Like his dog's right by him because the dog thinks something's wrong.
Right.
So then we hang up. We're like, dude, congrats, and then we hang up. Colts go down the field drive for the game-winning field goal. It gets blocked.
Oh no.
So he goes from 146 back down to 145-ish, about like 0.23 points under where Campy's score is. So now he's losing with the game about to end because his kick got blocked.
How does that even happen?
I don't know.
If the kicker kicks the ball and defensive guy hits it.
I understand. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I got the basics of
Yeah.
football down, but like, you know what the hell I'm trying to say.
Cool.
Whatever.
Cool,
Continue,
cool.
Carl.
Anywho, so the game ends up going into overtime, and on the last drive of overtime, on the last play, Casey's guy catches a touchdown to end the game and to beat Campy.
Oh,
score
Oh my God. So he won by what, like 6 points?
The final score is 153.78 to 145.46.
Jesus.
So
Oh
he
my
made
God.
nearly 60, 70-point comeback on Monday Night Football when he had 3 players going.
That's
Just
absolutely nutty.
insane,
That's
dude.
wild too.
Insane.
Because
And then it
I
came down
saw
to the last
last
play of
week.
overtime.
Right, yeah. That's so crazy to think about.
I saw last week it was actually the opposite. I don't know if it was a Sunday night game, Monday night game, what it was, but it ended with the QB taking a knee. And I saw like all over social media there were these games where people were winning, they were ready to win, and the QB takes a knee for -2 yards and they lose by like half a point.
Oh my
no.
gosh, dude.
I'd be so mad, dude.
I luckily haven't had any fantasy games that were like that quite close, you know, like I've had a few close calls where it's been like in like 10 points or something, but
Oh, those games will get your blood boiling.
yeah, right.
Me either. All of mine I just get blown out.
I lost
It's
I
not
lost
my
against Tink last week because I forgot to change my roster and I had 2 players that both had like 18 points or something.
Oh shit, yeah.
So I missed out on a good chunk of points that week.
Worst,
And then
dude.
this
When
week
you got
I lost Russell
points on the
Wilson, so
bench,
I'm probably gonna lose again.
you get points on the bench and Sleeper tells you you're the worst manager.
Yeah.
Way
Exactly.
to kick me while I'm down, asshole.
Yeah,
That's
right.
not what I needed to hear right now.
We did
What
have
about most likely to bounce back? How about that?
Yeah,
there you go, there you go.
Get back up on your feet.
Most likely to not be this bad again.
Yeah, exactly. At least put a positive spin on it. So you were talking though, like so you said that they were missing field goals at the end of the game there. This week was like the most missed kicks in NFL history. Did you see that? 25 missed kicks, 12 missed field goals across the league.
Yeah, in one of those games we had 5, and they're all like game win. There's all like game-winning field goals too. I was watching this game, the Packers Bengals game, another crazy game to watch.
Yeah, I saw highlights of that game. That game was wild too. What are the kickers doing in this league? Like,
they didn't want to
not give a shit anymore, and they're just like, "Hey, we're getting paid regardless." You know, like if I get kicked, I'm just gonna move to another team. Like they're slacking this season.
I don't know. That's what I've always felt like kickers should be the easiest job to get fired for. There's only 32 of them in the entire world. And I know I've seen I've seen high schoolers, 15-year-old kids make like 60-yard field goals, right? So like people can do this job. If there's a job where only 32 of them and the entire 7 billion population are doing them, I feel like you get like 1 or 2 easy misses and you're gone. Like,
oh yeah,
it's like a 1-strike policy. I don't know how these guys hang around when they miss 5 in a game, bro.
I'm in the same boat as you, Frank. Like if you can't do
Browns
one
fan,
damn job,
I feel very
you're
right,
out.
dude. As a Browns fan, I feel very strongly about this.
Well, dude, it's like the same argument that people make with like missing free throws. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, professional athletes missing free throws. I'd say it's like a similar argument to that.
right. Oh, like playing football back in high school. You know, like we would all practice as a team, and then you would just see like the kickers out doing their own damn thing all practice long, and they're just nonchalantly just like kicking one ball like every 5+ minutes throughout all of practice. And then they have the audacity to say, "Damn, that was a hard practice today, boys. I'm sweating." So I have no remorse for kickers because they literally do one goddamn thing all goddamn day. So
they don't even do it well.
Get out.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Fish.
And you're getting paid a lot of money.
And Smalls, like you compared it to shooting free throws, but like. Let's take a look at Shaq, right? He's one of the worst free throw shooters in the history of the NBA, but he also was great down low. He was a great rebounder. He was amazing at dunks. He boxed people out. He played good defense. The kicker can't get touched or it's a penalty. It's the only position in the full contact sport where there's 0 contact. They can't do literally anything else except kick the ball.
Right. Dude, they literally have the world given to them.
It's a non-contact until you get a cleat to your face. Remember when that happened to our kicker against the Steelers?
Yeah. But he had it coming.
I don't think I've seen that one. When
I'll pull that up for you. It was years ago.
Okay.
The Steelers guy like went to hurdle our kicker, and basically like instead of hurdling him,
Cleat
he
to the
just
face.
stepped on his face. It was so like the kicker was in a tackling position. He wasn't on the ground. He was like ready to tackle him. Guy went to jump over him and he just like kicked him in the face. Like you could see he like halfway through his jump like extended his leg. He's like, this hurdle's not gonna work. I'm just gonna knock his ass out. It
Speaking
was
of
amazing.
getting hit in the face, like we alluded to at the very beginning of the podcast, we did have a heavyweight title over the weekend. Tyson Fury, aka the Gypsy King,
Gypsy King.
versus Deontay Wilder. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch any of this fight at all.
I did not know.
I watched the highlights and the interviews and stuff after. Yeah, dude. I didn't realize this until like yesterday, but I'm a huge Gypsy King fan.
Dude, yeah, he's dope. I actually like them both a lot. They're both very entertaining. I love the kind of costumes they came out with. This is kind of what stemmed the question of the day was watching this fight and the highlights. I was like, I wonder if Fred Fish and I, what would we be if we were fighters? That's kind of where the question of the day came from. But this was a hell of a fight. There was a total of 5 knockdowns. Wilder went down once in the third. Fury went down twice in the fourth. Wilder again the 10th, and then a TKO was announced in the 11th round. And the Gypsy King takes the best of 3 from Deontay Wilder and remains the heavyweight title champion.
Ooh, that's actually sick. Okay, when that happened? What day was that?
Saturday night.
Okay. Yeah, I did not watch that.
It was a hell of a fight.
He's going to do a few more fights like this year still. I think he said he wanted to do like 1 in December and then like 2 more. He had like 3 fights on his list before like March. Hopefully we'll see a lot more of him, dude. He's a beast.
He is a beast, dude. He is a fucking moose.
You say you can't.
What about those last names, bro? Like Fury and Wilder, that fits fighting so well. That's
really
so much better than Cupcake.
Oh, dude, nothing can compare.
Fury versus Cupcake.
Yeah, could you imagine? Right, like it's just so not cool.
How many rounds would Cupcake last?
Ooh.
3 rounds. 3 rounds minimum, Print will stay in there until he gets his shit rocked in.
I appreciate the support, but I actually took a boxing class in college.
Oh, Print's gonna say he's gonna win.
Dude. No, dude. Have you guys ever tried boxing?
No, I have not.
I punched my brothers before. I don't know if that counts. I'm not in good shape. Like I'm not in bad shape, right? Like I work out every day. No, both. Like I'm not in good shape, but I'm not in bad shape. I work out every day, but I'm definitely not like these guys. Like I'm not an athlete, but I go to the gym almost every day. I got so fucking winded during the 1-minute rounds of boxing we were doing, I couldn't hold my hands up, dude. Like, oh my God.
The ability of these guys to basically like take punches to the gut. So every time you take a punch to the gut, you let out that like exhale, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't catch your breath. At the same time, you're like swinging and bouncing around and like trying to keep your feet, trying to keep your balance, tightening your gut. Dude, these guys, like, people don't realize how fucking tough this is. It is so much harder than any other like cardio you will do. So I would love to support you and say I could go a couple rounds. There's no shot, not a shot, dude. I'd be taking a knee. I don't even think I'd get knocked out. I think I'd go 30 seconds and just wave it off.
Taken out by the gurney and not from a knockout. You'd just be out of breath.
I know I talked a big game about my introduction, but that's about all I have going for
me. Hey, but those rounds that you're in, you're giving 100% though. That's all that counts.
It would be 100% for at least 15 seconds. And then I'd be pretty much done.
Can we schedule Frin a fight?
Yeah, I'd be down. Yeah. Pull our money together, get a sponsorship or something.
Frin versus Jake Paul.
Print the Cupcake.
Okay. Then I would last. That'd be fine. I could do that.
It actually makes more sense because when we saw Jake Paul like do his boxing career at the start, he looked absolutely exhausted, like, after a couple rounds of doing it. And, like, it just looked like he wasn't doing anything. But what Frin said, like, it makes total sense. Because you're just moving your body. for like however long the match is long, constantly getting hit in the face and stomach and wherever the hell's like that sucks. That doesn't
Right.
sound fun to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, you can't control your breathing. I mean, I'm sure with some coaching you learn to do all that, but it's like normal cardio, you can like control your breath, or if you're like
Yeah.
weightlifting, like if you're getting hit in the abs, you got to stay tight and like you like exhale every time. And dude, it is tough.
Right.
It is tough.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
probably have to
that's
run
I.
like 10 kilometers every morning or something just to get the cardio down.
Kilometers,
Yeah,
Fish?
Kilometers, yeah. I'm
yeah.
appeasing our
Where are you
EU
looking?
viewers once we get them. They're gonna go
Yeah.
back in the VODs and be like, God damn, that guy loves Europe.
For those of you that don't know, 10 kilometers is a mile, or like 3 or
I
something.
think it's
We
like 10 feet or something, right?
we don't actually know either. Yeah. No, dude, I think what you got to do, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to like run stairs and then you got to do like workouts in this cold barn and things. I watched all the Rocky movies when I was younger, so I do think if I put some training in, I'd be able to figure it out. But that's about all I have going for me.
Yeah, friend. It's not about how hard you get hit. It's about getting hit
How hard
and
you
getting
can get
back up.
hit and keep moving forward. Yeah. Dude. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh god. I mean,
wow. That
regardless,
is a
that sounds
great
pretty
speech.
terrible to me. I would not want to do that. I hate stairs and I
Well,
hate running. No way.
do you remember watching the Rocky movie on the way to a football game when we had like one of the long drives on the bus?
No, bro. I'd always go to sleep before the games.
We also
Dude.
watched 300 too. I remember watching that.
Yeah,
Yeah, 300
yeah.
was dope.
I slept through all that
That was a
shit.
good one too. But that Rocky speech came on like as we were getting off the bus, and like I remember we kind of like waited for it to be over. Like we were gonna finish the scene to hear this guy give that speech of like, it's not about how hard you get, or it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. I was like, oh fuck yeah! I'm about to go ride the bench like no one's ever done. I was so pumped, dude.
I'm gonna warm the
I was
fuck out
ready
of
to
that bench
go.
tonight.
Dude, I do
Yeah,
have
man.
I do have a couple high school football bus stories if you want to hear a couple before we
Let's hear them.
close up
Yeah.
here. All right. So first one, so I was saying how I always used to sleep on the bus. So Evans and I always sat next to each other going to the football games. So the one time I woke up, I was like, Evans, I got to pee real bad, man. Like, how much longer we got? He's like, we still got like 20 minutes or something. I was like, I can't wait. I gotta go. So I'm sitting next to Evans on the bus, and I had a bottle, like one of those Gatorade bottles, you know, piss in the Gatorade bottle, and I'm like, dude, it's full. And he starts freaking out. I'm like, Evans, I still gotta pee, bro. He's like,
Dude, there were bathrooms on those buses.
no.
What the fuck, bro?
No, this is one of the school buses.
I just couldn't hold it in.
This wasn't one of the nice ones. This was one of the school buses.
Oh god.
So Evans is like, "Oh, I don't know what to tell you, man." And he's like, "Just pee on the side of the bus." I was like, "Okay."
Oh.
So I started just pissing on the side of the bus. Whoever was behind me goes, "Is that fucking piss?"
I was gonna say, dude, please tell me I was not sitting in front or behind you.
I think it was
Please.
AJ.
Yeah.
I think it was AJ.
Thank God,
Oh my
dude.
god.
Thank God.
But then I was like, all right, Evans, it worked. He goes, what? I go, I pissed on the side of the bus. He goes, I was joking, dude. Did you really just pee in the bus? I was like, yeah, I didn't know what else to do.
My god.
If our
dude.
coaches caught you, that you would have been fucked.
Yeah, right.
They were crazy.
Oh,
Why didn't you just pour the pee out the window or something?
I don't know, man. Well, I was sat closer to the front of the bus too. Like Evans and I were always like the third row.
Right.
So like the coaches were like 2 rows up.
Oh god, that's so funny.
Oh my God.
I remember
dude.
having a few close calls, but with the number 2 situation, and it was always just like a straight beam line to the bathroom whenever we would go to like an outside game.
Yeah. Well, on that note, that seems like a good place to pick up next week for episode 17.
You want to do a truth or drink before we close off?
I gotta get moving here. Gotta go hoop
Fair
on some
enough.
people after I finish this beer here.
Hooping. Dude, that was a great podcast. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, guys. Well, so happy episode 16 of When Worlds Collide. Appreciate everybody being here. As always, very much appreciate if you guys give us a follow on different social media platforms, YouTube, obviously Twitch. You're here for that. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. So very much
Go to
appreciate it,
our
guys.
go to our TikTok to see the challenge to win that the Xbox cover.
Exactly.
We can do
Yes.
PlayStation too, but we'd prefer not to. So
Yeah. So guys, go check out the new TikTok we just put up over this last week or so. Got a lot of good highlights and stuff from the podcast there as well. Friend said we're going to be doing a giveaway there. Another thing to look forward to. Once we hit episode 20, we're going to have another giveaway within episode 20. More of that to come, but thank you all for being here. Happy episode 16. We'll talk to you guys all very soon.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
All right.
Boys, good week.
Not everybody.
Peace out.